Festival. Please welcome Assistant Secretary for Disability Employment Policy, Kathleen Martinez.
Woohoo! Hey! I am so blessed to be here, and I'm so grateful to Salisbury for having the vision, and yes, this is coming straight from the heart of a blind person, to start this organization. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out, and I do plan to be equal. Yes, I'm a woman, I'm a Latina, I'm a person with a disability, and yes, I am a lesbiterian. I'm a walking affirmative action checklist, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't plan it, but that's how it turned out. And I want you all to promise me something. I know we just met. We haven't even had the U-Haul, and I'm already asking for promises. What can I say? I only have 15 minutes. We all got here because someone believed we had something to offer. Please don't forget that. We all got here because somebody believed we would help someone else. I would never have been where I am now without mentors, muses, and opportunity, and people in my life who expected me to do well, who kicked my butt, frankly. There were many times along the road when I was ready to say, okay, I'll give up. I'll live the life that society has mapped out for a person with a disability. I'll stay on benefits. I'll live in poverty, and I'll pass on the sense of disempowerment to another generation. But just when I was at that point, someone would say at every turn, oh no, sister girl, no you won't, no you will not. You will not let society define you through fear, stereotypical attitudes, and low expectations. It started with my parents. My parents were poor. I happened to be the first blind person they had. After I was born, the doctors told them not to have any more kids, but being the Catholics that they were, of course they didn't listen. My sister's also blind. We're the two middle of 6 kids. My parents decided that they did not want us to go to the school for the blind. My only regret about that is that I never learned how to play the piano. I could have been Jose Feliciano's cousin or something, but it didn't work out that way. But one thing I got from being mainstream was I got a group of classmates throughout the whole time I was in school who didn't know that blind people shouldn't be just like them. I got friends that expected me to do well. The kids on the playground figured out ways that I could participate. They figured out ways that I could play foursquare. They figured out ways that I could play tetherball. Of course, I'd have to duck, but these kids had the expectation that I was just like them. I did understand the concepts of difference, though, because, of course, I realized at about the same time that I would have to survive differently. The world wasn't really made for me. I realized difference when I would hear the immigration pound on my parents' door, demanding their birth certificates, even though they were US citizens. I guess the police didn't realize that New Mexico is actually a state in the United States of America. Yes, I am from New Mexico. My family's from New Mexico. And we're here to really talk about solutions. I want to spend 90% of my time here on solutions, because One of the things that we've got to do is we have to undo the fear. That's still the biggest barrier. And the LGBT community and the disability community, we face a lot of similar types of discrimination. We have the fear, we have the stigma, we have people who commit crimes against us and believe we deserve it. And this is the place where that fear can be undone. You all have a lot of power. This is the place where you can make a difference. Those of us who are both disabled and gay, frankly, really didn't plan to be either. When I came out to my mother, I was 18 years old, and I said, "Mom, I'm gay." And of course she said, "Well, we all knew that. What are you telling us, you know?" But of course, you know, I had to go through the bi stage. I know some of you know what I mean. And then I was a, you know, full-on lesbian. But when you're from Orange County, California, and you're a blind Latina lesbian, you get the hell out. I love you people from Southern California. So when you make a car that I can drive, I promise I'll move back. I moved to Berkeley, which was the perfect place for me. Because there I felt like there was sort of a confluence of gay community, disability rights community, women's community, and the Latina community. It was as good as it was going to get in that time. But I still struggle. We know that the whole point of this conference is that we can be all who we are at work. We want to bring our whole selves to work. We want to bring everything we've got. So when we acquire a disability or we become injured, we want to know that our workplaces will be accessible. We don't want to be on the special shelf anymore. I want you to know that it's a blessing to work for the administration, and Secretary Solis from the Department of Labor has done just that. She has taken the Office of Disability Employment Policy off the special shelf and woven us into the fabric of the entire department. So now I can't get away with anything. Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. The disability market, just think about it from a market point of view. Many of us baby boomers, 10,000 a day, turn 65. Are we able to retire? Not the people I know. People's retirement has basically gone south. So if people are aging in the workforce, what will they want? They want to continue to work. They are the brain trust of our workforce. We want to have them feel comfortable, and we are them. I am aging, and if you happen to be African American or Latino, disability is even higher in our cultures for lots of reasons. So we want the workplace to be inclusive of anybody. You guys came to this conference expecting that you would have lights. Hell, you could turn the lights off right now, it'd be fine with me. But you expect a lot of things. You expect you'd have lights. You expect you'd have chairs. You expect that when you work, some of you even expect those fancy $15 Air-On chairs so you can, you know, kind of kick back and, you know, it does the dishes, makes the coffee. And you don't consider those, you consider those just standard operating practice. You don't consider those anything special. And that's where we have to get the concept of accommodations for people with disabilities. We have to consider my little device up here that has Braille notes in it, why in HR speak, that is considered accommodation, while somebody's ergonomically correct chair is considered standard operating practice. Let's change the mindset, ladies and gentlemen, and consider all these things productivity tools, because that's exactly what they are. That's exactly what they are. At ODEP, I'm very proud of what we're doing. First of all, again, I've got an amazing boss, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. She truly gets diversity, and she truly gets that disability has to be woven into the fabric of everyone's diversity agenda. Take us off the special shelf. We are now working to really address the intersection of culture and disability through our Add Us In project. I want to give a shout out to NGLCC. Are you guys here? Yay, okay. Sorry, didn't mean to blow your eardrums out. But, you know, the NGLCC is a partner. They've been an amazing partner for ODEP. We want for small businesses to hire people with disabilities, and they've been told that they don't have to if they have 15 employees or less. Many of the small businesses are being started by minority small business owners. That includes LGBT, gay, African American, Latino. And we know there's cultural issues around hiring folks with disabilities. So we created a project called Add Us In, where there's no excuses. There's no excuses. We have consortia that are people from different cultures, people with disabilities, and the business community to get it together to hire folks. We're also helping put together a pipeline, so there's no excuses. You can't say we can't find them. This is no longer a we, they issue, ladies and gentlemen. This is an us issue, because disability is an equal opportunity phenomenon, whether we like it or not, and we might as well just be honest about it. You never know when you'll be impacted by disability. And what we want in the workplace is a place where we can bring our whole selves to work. So when you see me using my Braille device, when you see somebody out there using amplification, when you see somebody that needs a raised desk, it's not foreign. So when you age, and I know the folks from Southern California don't age. When you age, this will be part of standard operating practice. If you acquire a disability and you want to return to work, this will be standard operating practice. Disability in the workplace must become standard operating practice, and you are the catalysts. You are the change agents that can make this happen. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say I am blessed to be here. I know, unfortunately, I have to leave, but I know I'll be back. I'm not going anywhere, because I'm in an administration that has appointed more out gays and lesbians and transgender than at any other time in history, and I'm very proud of it. You know I am. Just remember Helen Keller. She is one of my heroes. Alone, we can do a little, but together we can do so much. And I expect you to take the journey with me and do so much. Thank you very much.